Hey everyone, Hussin here, and I got another Power Rangers Super Megaforce review for you today. These are ones that people have really been wanting to see, the Zord Armors, and they're actually pretty cool. They're one of the toy originals. They're not from the show, and they're actually pretty cool because they can do a bunch of different things. They released two of them before. There was I believe it's called the Deluxe Legendary Zord Armor Ranger because it was based on the Legendary Megazord from Super Megaforce. And they also had one, I think it was the Deluxe Gosei Great Zord Armor Ranger, based on, obviously, Gosei Great Megazord. And what's cool about these guys is they actually feature, there's a little mini Ranger inside. So you get like a little, I think it's like a 4-inch figure almost, so you get one of those inside. And they're pretty terrible, but hey, you get something. And they're designed after the Megazord, so they're kind of playable on their own, but you can also combine them with the Megazords, and they also function as Ranger keys. Their arms are actually Ranger keys, so that's pretty cool. So I'll actually show you the sounds they make in the Legendary Morpher right there. But so there's two new ones now that we have. So we actually have another one for Super Megaforce. It's the Deluxe Q-Rex Zord Armor. So this is actually based on the Q-Rex Megazord, obviously. Although looking at it, it looks exactly like the Legendary Megazord, just with different paints and a different little helmet. So that's kind of unfortunate. They, instead of actually making something modeled after the Q-Rex Megazord, they decided to go the cheap route and just do a repaint. So that's unfortunate, but it's still kind of neat, I guess. I do like the helmet. And you get a little Silver Ranger right there. So it tells you how the Ranger can sit inside. Deluxe Q-Rex Zord Armor Ranger. And the arm is a Ranger key. So there's that. The back of the box here, oh, so the side actually has a Silver Ranger right there. And the back shows you again, how you can use the key in different things, and I will show you these combinations right here with the Megazord. So we will take a look at that, and then the other one now is we actually have a Samurai one. So this is the Deluxe Samurai Zord Armor Ranger, and this one actually is a brand new mold. So this actually is different, which is pretty cool. And I love the helmet. It's just like the Shogun Ranger, and I think that's really cool looking. So I'm digging it. You got a Samurai Red Ranger there with practically no paint except on the helmet. But yeah, I mean, other than that, so there's your Samurai Red, and there's the back of the box showing all that fun stuff, which I will show you anyways. So there it is, two new Zord Armors. I've had these for a while, but finally getting a chance to review them, and I'm excited, so let's get right to it. Alright, so I got them out of the packaging, the Samurai Zord Armor and the Q-Rex Zord Armor. Here they are, and they look pretty cool. Just for comparison here, I'll bring in the other Zord Armors in case you wanted to see all four of them together. I'll actually put these guys together because the Super Megaforce ones can be together there. Yeah, I think it looks, these guys, they can't stand close to each other because the shoulder pads keep getting in the way. They all look pretty cool. I really do like this line of toys. I really think that they're pretty unique in what they are, and they're a lot of fun with what you can do with them. And yeah, pretty cool. So as you can see, these two are definitely a recolor there. So I'll move the Gosei Great one out of the way and just kind of show you these two. In fact, let's take a look at the Q-Rex one first. So just looking at the two of them there, it's the same mold. I mean, you look at it, the exact same thing. Same arm, everything there. The differences are obviously in the paint, the helmet, and I believe, yeah, the Ranger key is also different as well. So those are your differences there. And I think this looks pretty cool, but I gotta say I'm also digging the color scheme on the Q-Rex one as well. So let's kind of just take a look at that here. Blue is my favorite color. And blue and silver has always been one of my favorite combinations of colors there. And while this part here is gray, they do use a little bit of silver on the helmet there. Actually, yeah, the rest is actually gray. It feels like it almost looks silver because of how shiny the blue is around it, which is kind of interesting. So they use like a nice metallic blue color, which is pretty cool looking. I really do like the look of it. The back actually looks kind of neat too. It's not quite as metallic-y, like you'll see here the difference. The front is shiny and the back is not. But it still looks pretty neat right there. So that's pretty cool. So there's the ZordBuilder port right there, which we'll take a look at that. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely modeled after the legendary Megazord, of course. So if I just bring that in real quick. So I mean, you look at the feet right there, definitely modeled after it, and the flag and everything there. The arms are different though, because obviously you got the Ranger key arm and the special cannon, which we'll take a look at later. And the helmet is unique here as well, and I think it looks pretty cool. They got a nice like shiny gold inside as well for the helmet, and yeah, overall I really do like the look of it. Even though it is a recolor, I would have liked a new mold. I still think it looks pretty neat. So with these guys, you can fold that down and open this up, and you got your Ranger kind of piloting inside, which is also pretty cool. So here's the Silver Ranger that it comes with. Very, 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 very basic figure right there. So that your arms move around, the legs can also kind of move all the way around. The helmet does not move. So it is even more basic than, I just recently did a review of the 4-inch Silver Ranger. Even less paint than that, and even less articulation, but this one's also stuck in a goofy pose, and this one is not, so you got your little differences there. And obviously it's not even comparable to the 5-inch figure at all, but it fits in there, and I guess it's kind of neat to be able to put in one of the Rangers in there as well, so that's pretty neat. So let's kind of move this Ranger to the side though for now. Alright, so there's that. Let's kind of actually just jump right over to the Samurai one real quick. And this also looks really cool. So you got your Red Ranger inside. Let's actually just take a look at that. Here's your Red Ranger. And this one's basically lacking all paint except for just the helmet right there. And again, for comparison, here's the 4-inch one. Now this one's not really stuck in an awkward pose. It is a little bit different because the arms are actually more, like these are straight down and these are kind of curved around there. But the 4-inch figure for once is actually better than this toy right here. So let's just kind of put him back in here just for a second when we take a look at the Zord armor. But it's still kind of neat that they actually did provide that though. It's like the Rangers are piloting like these mechs and stuff, and it's kind of cool. I am digging the gold they're using. These two new Zord armors are shiny, and I like that, and I think that's what's really cool about them. So some nice just red color, but silver on it as well, which really makes the helmet stand out. I love the Shogun helmet. I think it's really cool, and I'm glad they incorporated that into this design here. And some nice gold that they used throughout. I mean, it really shines and stands out. The silver they used also stands out quite a bit. Gold down here makes it look really nice, for sure. And they definitely modeled it after the Samurai Megazord, because you got like the what is it? I think the blue and green Rangers have the feet down there, which it looks like. Now the rest looks different, but still, it's pretty cool that they did that. You got your Ranger key arm as well, and you got this right there. So this does, you know, move like that. By the way, in terms of articulation for these guys, the legs really have no articulation. Although actually the Red Ranger's in there, so maybe that's why. Let me actually pop him out. Now let's see. Okay, yeah, so they do. It's just because the Red Ranger's in there. If you have a Ranger inside, you can't move the legs because the Ranger's legs are inside there. But otherwise, you can actually do that. And the arms do rotate all the way around. They bend a little bit like that, you know, both sides, a little bit. So you can actually kind of, you know, do this like, yeah, he's kicking and stuff. So it's actually kind of cool that you can do a little, you have a little bit of articulation there, a little bit of range of motion for these Zord armors, which is pretty neat. They're almost like their own little entities, kind of. But so this guy is fun to spin around. Yeah, I mean, overall these are all pretty cool. So actually, before we even get into all the combinations, because these are ZordBuilder compatible, which is one of the main draws about them, I'm gonna grab the legendary Morpher right here, and I want to take a look at all the sounds that they play. If you need a little refresher, I'm actually first going to bring in the previous Zord armors and hear those sounds. So you just pop off the arms. Here's the regular legendary Megazord one.
Super Megaforce Red.
So it's a Super Megaforce Red key, and I do it again. So it's the exact same thing as a Super Megaforce Red Ranger key if you have one of those for this regular, you know, legendary Megazord there. The Go Say Great one that one was, I think it's this way.
Megaforce.
It says Megaforce.
Megaforce.
And that's it. No communicator beep? Huh, interesting. But anyway, so you got that there. So my assumption then, based off of that, would be that this would be Super Megaforce Silver and this would say Samurai, but let's find that out. So I got my silver key supposedly, so let's see.
Super Megaforce Silver.
And oh, that's right. If you do a Megaforce key and then the Super Megaforce key, any Megaforce key and any Super Megaforce key right after that, it'll play the theme song. I forgot about that. So I've shown that off in a previous video, but because I just did the Megaforce one and then I just did this silver one, that's what it does. But all this is gonna say is Super Megaforce Silver because it's just like a Silver Ranger key. I was like, why is it playing the theme song? Oh yeah. And then we got this one here, which I'm assuming just says Samurai. Let's see.
Samurai.
Yep. And you got your communicator beep as well. So yeah, those are the sounds that they play in the legendary Morpher for these Zord Armors here. Pretty cool. So now, let's do some combinations. So first things first, we'll take the Q-Rex one right here. And what you can do, I'm actually going to take the legendary Megazord, and I'm going to pop off the helmet, and I'm going to pop off the arms. And what I can do is I can actually take the arms and pop them on right here and use those as arms, and take the helmet and it clicks on right like that. So boom, there you have something right there. And it looks a little funky like this because the arms seem a little tiny in comparison, but it's still neat that you're able to do it, you know? And I think it's pretty cool that you have like the cannon, you know, arm right there, which is definitely pretty neat. But what else can you do? Well, I'm gonna pop that off and I'm gonna pop this off. And you can actually take the rest of this body, you can actually click the two legs together like that. And then this whole thing becomes an arm, basically. So you can kind of do that. It's a little ridiculous, but it's possible. You can do it. And if you really wanted to, you can even put one of the Rangers in there. So I can just grab the Silver Ranger and, you know, you can just kind of sit right in there or something. So now you have a Silver Ranger in there. I don't know. It's really random, but I guess it kind of works. Now it looks much more massive, and it's almost like a big cannon right here in a way. So that actually looks kind of cool, but you know, you put this arm and then it's very small in comparison, I guess. So you have that. But what you can also do with this one in particular, because it has the cannon, is any Ranger key, remember, you can use on the legendary Megazord, any Ranger key. And if I can, am I putting it in right? Yeah. And you turn it and this thing will pop open. Bam, right? So now that I've done that, what can I do? Well, I can take it like this and these holes peg into the back right there. Does it click into place, or does it, I think it just kind of just sits there. Kind of like that. And I now have a cannon in the Megazord, and that looks pretty cool to have the cannon right there from the chest. So that is definitely a neat addition to the Megazord. So a bunch of different things that you can do with it. It is ZordBuilder compatible, like I said, so you can have fun with all sorts of different combinations here, and that's what makes it exciting. I think it's definitely pretty cool to have that. So let's kind of take off all these pieces, and I'm just gonna move these to the side there. Now, close that up. Let's bring in the Samurai Zord Armor right here, and similarly, I can pop off the helmet there, and I can pop off the arms. So I can get this going right there, and this right there, and then, bum-ba-da-dum, this clicks on just like that. I think that looks pretty cool. I do like that helmet. It looks pretty sweet. But again, the arms seem a little small to me. This one may be okay because it's kind of bigger because it has the spinning, you know, saw right there. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of neat to be able to have that functionality as well. So, pretty cool. Unfortunately, this one does not let you put anything in the chest. Like the saw piece cannot stick out from the chest. That would have been kind of cool. So, but unfortunately, this one is a bit lacking in functionality in comparison. It can't do as much or quite as much. But it still can take this, and I can click this in and make this, bam, like that. It can still be kind of like a giant cannon or something on the arm there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and like I said, it's ZordBuilder compatible, so I can have some fun with this, and I can go grab on the other one here as well. And bam, now I have that, you know? So that's pretty cool. I can definitely have some fun with it that way as well. So lots of different ways that you can play with these Zord Armors, and I think that's pretty cool. Like I said, it allows for a lot of different playability, and it makes it more fun for kids. They're gonna have fun, you know, using their imagination for this stuff and coming up with their own little creations, and yeah, I think ZordBuilder compatibility definitely allows for that, and I think they made these toys primarily with that in mind, to give additional pieces for that ZordBuilder play. But they also look cool as is, so even if you don't have the Legendary Megazord, you can still have fun with these toys on their own, because maybe you have the Morpher, so you can use the Ranger key arm, or, you know, if not, then you can even still, it comes with a Ranger. You got a Ranger inside, and it's like it's piloting its own little Zord. So that's definitely pretty sweet. So I do like the Zord Armors. I'm definitely enjoying the concept that they did with them, so pretty cool. So that's that. If you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments below and let me know. But these are the new Zord Armors, so check them out in stores. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.